Ralph Peck utterly debilitates Western chronological history and historical account through a poetically performative and reflexive four-part documentary series, Exterminate All the Brutes. Scripted, fictional encounters or historical reenactments are the film's aesthetic vertebrae, through which Peck casts Josh Hartnett as a ubiquitous space and time-traveling white man. The scripted sequence violently portray Euro-white supremacist imperialism while providing a captivating meditation on the comprehensive animated cartography, personal autobiographical citations, and archival footage. Episode 1. The Disturbing Confidence of Ignorance opens with both autobiographical narration and the camera breaking the third wall on casting decisions and a set design extending immediate artistic vulnerability. Abby Osceola of the Seminole Nation depicted sheltering escaped African slaves as a jump cut foreshadows her scalping, intertwined both black and indigenous struggles against the violence of Euro-white settler colonialism. Peck writes white man as Army General Thomas Sidney Jessup in 1836, who executes Osceola point blank, exclaiming his genocidal ethos justified by her refusal to return the Africans. White man reappears as a rubber plantation slaver in 1895 Belgian colonial Congo, where, with General Jessup's cadence, he executes a man over a rubber quota in the midst of a church service portraying the hierarchy of capital, profit, and property above Christendom. Torture and extermination are poised as the religion of the imperialist capitalist. Episode 2. Who the F is Columbus? Places white man in the lustful European fantasy of a new world discovery of virgin land. Peck amplifies the absurdity of the fetishized event through paralleling contexts where white man is tastefully killed upon landing. The time-lapse sequence of a ship departing, returning as a fleet articulates the impending genocidal scale of the 5th-century European-American project. A geographic return to 1892 Congo River introduces Fraser James as a black pastor, desecrates the biodeterminist colonial logic of enslavement in his futile rage against the black slavers abhorrently whipping gaping lashes pointlessly on a chained group of feeble young white slaves. The paradoxical conditions here lay bare the role blackness normally plays within the construction of whiteness, a collection of inalienable rights within white supremacy that are also exclusive. Episode 3. Killing at a Distance, or How I Thoroughly Enjoyed the Outing, parallels 19th century firearm and photography technology. Colonial imperialist structures necessitated extermination. Peck, however, formulates how documentation was a vital civilizing enterprise. Back in 1904 Congo, white man pouts awaiting preparation of the photographic composition of 3 Congolese men holding severed hands. Peck examines the unseen conditions of early colonial photography as a tool of classification, indictment, and condemnation. Following, white man bathes as his aide glances from the window at 3 asphyxiated men, reaffirming the borderline personality disorder required of the genocider. Episode 4. The bright colors of fascism contextually embellishes the trajectory of Euro-white colonial genocidal conquest. Peck places Auschwitz as the most efficient machine of extermination within the 20th century fascism refined over 500 years. The enslavement of Africa, genocide of the indigenous people of Turtle Island, and the elimination of European Jews during World War II mandate the sustained violent consequences of maintaining Euro-white supremacy. White Men concludes with a sequence overwhelmed and surrounded by melanated people. Convulsing in frantic terror, poorly armed and alone, he resorts to violence, strangling a man after shooting several, and is left outnumbered. Boom! Suddenly he's awake in a barrel. Startled, he is returned to 1904 Congo, only with a gun to his head. Peck empowers terror as a conceptual tool to transcend the specific embodiments of whiteness, alluding to the necessary collective karmic correction for Euro-white imperialist colonialism. The conclusion vanishes white man into the small body of water amidst jump cuts to 20th century genocidal acts, one more reinforcing the psychic continuity of white supremacy as a structure. Peck ultimately develops cinematic aesthetics, carefully to overwrite the historical inexactitudes. His vulnerability ultimately gives the film its strongest characteristics. However, his collaborations and his citations are what provide the greatest depth of meaning across 600 years.